And we're back.
You gotta tell me this. This cannot be a language, bro. These are not words.
Sheesh.
Do you know what she's saying?
You know, I used to hear this song all the time. And Skate. You ever play Skate?
I play Skate 3.
I used to play like the Skate demo on my Xbox 360.
Yeah.
And this song used to always play, bro. Yeah, I just love this track. We're gonna let its greatness play for a little bit, and then we about to dive in.
There's like some Jamaican.
It is Jamaican, yeah.
Rasta shit.
Type shit.
But the bam bam bida shit cannot be. I mean,
That's hard.
That cannot be words.
That's what it says. Bum. Ba-dum-tum, bum, bum.
Anyway.
All right, guys. Yes.
Right. You know.
Woo. The ape man.
I've been thinking a lot, man.
You always say that, bro.
I've been thinking a whole lot, bro.
Do you? Are you?
But nothing useful ever comes out, you know.
Same here, bro. It's like we have a.
It's like the retarded kid in class, you know, like when he's there and he's like thinking about a whole bunch of shit and he raises his hand and he
Then says fucking.
He's like, oh, I've been thinking, and everyone just starts clapping.
That's fucked up.
You know.
That's fucked up.
And
what class was that, bro? Fucking.
That's every class, bro. I seen some fucked up shit they done to like, bro. I saw some messed up shit, especially in middle school. Like the one time I was on the bus and they ended up beating up this kid with Down syndrome, bro. Like
what the fuck?
Yeah, bro, it was bad.
That's grimy as shit,
bro. Like that was evil shit.
Why
bro.
did they throw hands on him?
Bro, they were just bullying him. They thought he was like, annoying because how happy he was and the shit he was into was like.
Niggas was hating on the happiness.
Like they would consider it like goofy shit that he was into, and people were like into other shit.
He didn't fight back?
Nah, bro, he didn't. No.
You'd be surprised the strength they have, bro.
The fuck are you saying, brother? It's not another species, my man.
I'm not saying that, but
the
like...
fuck are you talking about? The strength they have.
Are we gonna act like...
They're not fucking orangutans.
Are we gonna act like people don't talk about... I don't even want to sound like a dick, man, but you know what I'm talking about, bro.
Get the fuck out of here.
But anyway, dude, so much shit has happened this week.
Yeah?
Like, I don't even know where to start, bro.
Bro, all I did was take a few shits and
beat off?
Basically, yeah.
That's an ape weekend right there?
Yeah, bro. If you're ever home alone and you got like a little bit of Adderall, bro, you take some Adderall and you don't have anything to do, bro, you're gonna beat off viciously for the next 8 hours, bro.
Damn.
And it's gonna take forever to come.
Is that the best?
You might.
What's the best drug beat off?
Bro, it depends on what you
have
actually
you beat
want.
off on multiple drugs?
Yes.
What's the favorite?
I got a vast array of experiences beating off on drugs. I think weed is probably my favorite.
I mean, I thought that would be your answer.
Yeah. Yep. Weed is probably the favorite. Ecstasy, again, it's too hard to come. Like, shit like, what is it called? Like acid. Again, too hard to come.
I mean, what the who would come on acid? You're not even thinking about ejaculating.
On shrooms, same story. Fucking, especially if you, like, bro, you can have some situations on shrooms where you're like, you really want to fuck a bitch.
Sure.
Like, really, really want to, like, you know what it reminds me of? You know that song from Bone Thugs and Harmony where, the Ecstasy song they made?
No, I haven't heard that.
He's like,
For the Love of Money is my shit.
Feel so violent.
Bone Thugs are best,
fucking
right?
with that ecstasy. and there was this part of the song where they end up where this guy he ends up saying, gotta find my bitch so I can fuck her ass to death. Right. And another part of the song they say, I'm looking at my homegirl like I want her. This is some new shit.
I'm glad you're talking about bars because one of the topics I had, or at least I was going to leave it for the end, was going to be we're going to watch this video of worst bars of all time.
Oh, there's a lot of those.
And just really funny, weird, like, we'll get to it. But what do you want to start off with, Abe? The boring shit?
We were already talking about something. You just started looking at a list of shit for whatever reason.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we're talking about beating off on various drugs.
Yeah, that's a perfectly viable topic. I don't know why you're just cutting it off like it's unimportant.
Don't got much experience in that, my friend.
You don't have experience beating off?
Not on multiple drugs.
Well, you got to fucking get some.
I mean, weed's the only one that I've...
Well, we got to get that up.
I don't think I've ever even beat off on alcohol.
You've never beat off on alcohol?
Like, I'll have some sex, but like me just... freak the monkey.
You never been able to like just not get it in, and then you go home and you're still horny as fuck.
I'll just accept it. I won't beat off though.
I don't know why the fuck would I do that?
Because you know.
Nah,
what's it called? No fap.
Fuck no fap.
Fuck no fap. All right.
What the fuck, bro?
Fucking
I would understand if it was something like no porn.
Yeah.
But no fap, bro. Like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? Like, you're a fucking
retention.
Nah, bro.
Retain that sperm, brother.
It doesn't get retained, bro. It gets recycled into your system, bro. That shit. It doesn't work. Like after 7 days. You know, if I was gonna do it, if you wanted to maximize the amount of like testosterone and shit that you have,
exactly,
what you would do is you would beat off once a week.
It takes away a lot of energy though.
Because about all that, no, you can go to the gym an hour after you beat off, and
it'll just like it's like you didn't do anything.
You'll be perfectly fine. That shit about how no you gotta hold it like for fucking ever. You know, and that'll make you strong for the fight. The only reason that would work is due to the fact that like dudes are not spending time thinking about sex and shit or they place all the energy and
You think that's a myth? The whole fighting shit, don't beat off.
I think I think it's more of a psychological thing than a what do you call it? Than an actual physical phenomenon, because it doesn't. You're not gonna have higher testosterone by not beating off.
By not beating off?
You will.
How do you know that?
You will, because they've done studies on testosterone levels and ejaculation and on beating off and on sex as well.
Sure.
And what it shows is basically after about 7 days, your testosterone peaks, and then from there it goes back down a little bit,
and then goes back up.
And then it goes back. It stays normal.
Oh, it just stays. Okay.
Yeah, it has a little peak, and then it starts going back down.
Okay.
And so the benefit is that like if you beat off once a week, by the end of that week you'll be ready.
Back to normal,
you know
type shit. I was gonna ask. I mean, now that we're talking about fighting, did you see those Ryan Garcia tweets?
I did see those Ryan Garcia. Well, I don't know about the tweets. I heard the little conversation that he had with Andrew Tate, and I saw that. Right, Ryan Garcia is
he's promoting for the fight. Let's just keep it a buck.
Yeah, sure. I don't know this fucking guy. I don't know. I mean, I know him as a fighter, but I don't know shit about him as like.
Do you think he's mentally losing it?
I don't see anything that he provided that was credible at all. He just said that he watched kids get raped at Bohemian Grove.
That's a wild
and it's like,
thing to just say.
First of all, bro, who the fuck are you, and why should anyone trust you when you haven't presented any evidence? So it's like,
motherfucker said he had a picture of an alien on his phone.
Well,
once I read that, I was like, all right, I forgot about it, bro.
Yeah.
People like Tate was like. Because I'm assuming in the beginning, you know, once somebody hears that from like a celebrity, it's like, oh my God, we gotta get him on the mic. We gotta you gotta speak your truth, bro. So Andrew Tate was for sure like hype, like let's get him on the spaces, bro. And then once you hear him talk, it's like, bro, this guy is not. I don't believe anything he's saying. Like I just think he's just promoting for the fight. I think, and other people were saying like that CTE could be an example. This man he's been boxing since age. I believe it was 8.
Mm-hmm.
The man has had over 200 amateur fights, bro.
Yeah, that's not good for your brain.
I mean, and how old is he? I believe he's like in his late 20s. I mean, dog, just the shit he was saying though was like, I was like, where are we going with this, bro? Like, is he really? Let's just say if he does beat up this dude, he win. I don't know who he's fighting. I think his name's something with an H. I forgot his name. Right. If he does win. We need to see some pictures, Ryan. We need to see the shit you're talking about.
He could have posted it before the fight. Shit, there's no need to.
Yeah, but then now he tweeted like, oh no, I'm not gonna talk about anything else. I'm only gonna talk about the fight from now on. This and that. I'm like, bro, what's going on, bro? Like, why the fuck did he just randomly?
Well, I mean, listen, that's his prerogative, you know. I mean.
I thought it was dumb. Once I seen the alien shit, I was like, bro.
I don't have anything to contribute to what this man is saying. You know,
Me either,
this is like the whole. I saw this amazing documentary one time about like the psychiatric ward in New York, Bellevue.
Okay.
Fucking amazing place. Love it. I fucking love it. I wish I could visit. Like as a tourist, you know, if they had like tourist destinations
for mental institutions.
I'd love that shit.
What are you getting out of it, bro?
Oh, the people.
The people.
It's the people that I love, you know? Like, there was this one guy who was perfectly fucking normal in everything that I saw in that conversation. He was just perfectly regular, man, articulate.
Mm-hmm. Oh, shit.
However, he was convinced that he was the Son of God, second coming of the Messiah.
Motherfucker thought he was the Messiah,
and he was trying to contact the president. And of course, they put him in there because they were concerned for the president's safety. Because this guy, first of all, it's not his first visit, right? But he's just trying to get everybody. He was trying to go to the UN so they could all recognize him as the second coming of Christ. And, and of course, he was just frustrated that they wouldn't recognize him as God, you know. And he has to, like, you know, but he trusts his father, you know, to take care of the situation.
Full of shit.
There's another guy there who just kept on saying the same shit again and again and again and again. He would say shit like, I hate this place. I've been here for 7 years. The medications don't work. I hate this place. I've been here for 7 years.
Valid.
The medications don't work.
Valid.
And he just says that again and again and again and again and again. And frankly, in his condition, it's easy to believe him because, you know, the medications clearly have. First of all, if they did work, I'd hate to see what the fuck he was like before that.
Yeah, I was to be repeating that over and over again, bro.
He wasn't there for 7 years, by the way.
Oh, yeah. I was just trolling. Dude, I mean, speaking of fighting, there is also, I don't know if you've seen this, but
yeah,
Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson.
Yeah, I've seen it. I saw some promotional shit.
What are we doing, bro?
I mean, obviously, I got Mike. I understand how old he is.
But you don't think he's too old, bro?
I do.
You don't think there might be...
I do, but I want Mike to win.
I mean, of course we want Mike to win.
But Mike is like, I mean, he's fucking old. Somebody saw him walking with a fucking cane.
Yeah, I mean, I said crane. A cane,
I said crane. But yeah, no, I understand that. I mean, I completely understand. Like, it's not unreasonable at all.
I mean, punches to the head at that age might be...
It's not unreasonable that Mike could lose this fight at all. I mean, his age, like...
Forget about losing it. I'm just mean, like, for his health.
I mean, it's boxing, bro. It's not good for your health, period. You want health. Don't go to boxing, bro.
I seen a clip of Jake, like, talking about it with his dad. And he seemed, like, very, like he's, like, kind of in a sense where he's, like, honored. Like, he's like, oh, shit, Pops. Like, look, I'm about to fight Mike Tyson. His dad's like, what? You're going to fight him? So I feel like Jake at least has some respect for Mike. And for most fighters that Jake has fought, he's had respect for them after the fight. He embraces them. So I fuck with Jake for that part, for the most part. I just think this is just a quick money grab. They're like, yo, fuck it.
I mean, I think his fights in general have pretty much been that, you know, due to the opponent.
He's a picker. He's going to pick.
Yeah, the opponents that he picks are like promotional opponents, you know. It's not something like this is the best guy and I'm going to destroy him.
Right, because fucking who rocked him the other time?
I mean, it's not...
What's that dude's name?
I don't know. He's had a few fights, and I haven't been keeping up with any of
that one
shit.
guy that's not even... He's not really a boxer, but he got rocked by him. Or he is a boxer. I don't know. Whatever. But I don't know, man. I just feel like Mike's old as shit. And like, I just feel like if he gets knocked out by Jake, bro...
Be big?
I mean, I wouldn't see it as big, because it's like, bro, you're knocking out a dude who's like... extremely fucking old, bro.
You're beating up your elders.
You're not gonna get no cool points for it. You know what I mean? It's like, at the same time, it's, you know, everybody likes Mike Tyson. He's a treasure. He's a national treasure to the U.S. Like, it's like, if he does this, it's racism. That's it. He gets knocked out by Jake, bro. It's white on black violence, bro.
That was white supremacy.
That was white supremacy at that point, bro. But yeah, dog. That's pretty much my
saying that Jake Paul is the great white hope.
He's literally that, bro. And you know, what was I gonna say? But yeah, let's. When is that fight, by the way? Is it in a couple months or some shit?
No idea, bro.
It's on Netflix. It's gonna be live on Netflix. That's
Get the fuck out of here.
Literally, that's where it is.
So it's free.
It's free. It's live on Netflix. You gotta catch it live, I guess.
Amazing.
And that's, I don't know. I guess they're trying out new shit on Netflix.
I'm very impressed.
Did you watch the State of the Union?
I saw like 10 seconds of that shit, and then I saw everyone talking about
Lake and Lincoln, whatever the fuck Biden was saying.
Yeah, that people were speculating that Biden was on Adderall.
Off rip, he was.
Due to like him being angry and slightly more concentrated than usual.
100%. They fucking injected some shit in his ass and was like, yo, buddy, let's get to it.
I told you, bro, that dude is kept alive by syringes and, you know, concoctions in the, you know, Defense Department.
Only part I seen like maybe like you said, probably seen like 5 minutes, quick bit of it. I seen the part where like Majority Taylor is like screaming she's like, say her name, and then like
whose name?
Someone who got murdered by an illegal immigrant.
Oh.
Yeah, and her name is Laken Riley. And
that sounds like a porn star name.
It does sound pretty hot. But R.I.P. to Laken Riley, she was killed.
Damn.
So Marjorie Taylor was screaming that in court, and then this motherfucker Biden ends up saying her name wrong. He ends up saying Laken Lincoln instead of Laken Riley.
He said Lincoln?
No, yeah, he said Laken Lincoln.
Laken Lincoln.
Laken Lincoln.
All right, there's two possibilities. The most likely possibility is it's Joe Biden. He's fucking brain dead.
100%.
The other one is massive troll capacity.
You think he was Imagine. And then, dude, the craziest shit is because he wasn't supposed to say illegal immigrant. You feel me? Like the Democrats consider them undocumented. Right. They don't say that term anymore.
Yeah.
So he does an interview after the State of the Union with MSNBC, and he actually apologizes.
Yeah.
For calling the murderer an illegal immigrant.
Did he know?
He apologized.
Now that is next level woke shit.
And
that's how bad the culture's gone.
Quote, he said, I'm not going to treat any of those people with disrespect. They built this country.
Ooh. The murderers built this country?
I just thought that was pathetic. Like, I mean, how are you going to apologize to an illegal immigrant that killed an American citizen in your country and you're...
This is a incredible thing to say. I mean,
that was probably the worst thing I think Biden has done. Like to really apologize to a murderer, bro.
I mean, I'm not surprised at all, though. I mean,
yeah, but it's like now
he
stooped down to like a low level, bro.
The man can barely think.
I guess, but
I mean, you can't give him too much of a response. I understand he's the president of the United States,
which is the issue, which is the problem.
But to expect much from him,
do you treat everybody like that? Do you treat everybody?
No, I have higher expectations for everyone else.
For certain people.
No, for everyone else.
But I'm saying, like,
for Biden, I have no expectations.
Let's say, do you treat every president the same though, or are you gonna treat everybody with like a different based on who they are, this and that?
Oh no, I just expect what I use past knowledge to expect something from them.
Like people would say
future.
that people use people treat Trump like this. He's funny, this and that. They don't take him. They're not as harsh as other people are on him because he's Trump versus Biden. Whatever.
I think the problem is that like people. Obviously, the way that a president speaks matters because everything a president does matters.
100%.
Right. It's always going to have an impact. You have an audience that's bigger than the audience anyone in the planet has.
Right.
And you're one person. And the population is 8 billion. Right? So, obviously, how you speak in that position is important. Now, the problem is people don't like... First of all, there's two things. One of them is that like people just gravitate towards people aesthetically. They even gravitate towards parties aesthetically. I mean, you can predict people's political leanings by measuring. It's highly correlated with shit like levels of disgust.
Sure.
And you can see that like conservatives are, they're more sensitive. That they're more likely to have feelings of disgust towards certain things, and like like foods and farts and shit and stuff like that. They're more likely to be sensitive to that type of shit than like the artistic dude who's like. Well, that one smells different than the one I smelled yesterday, like that's a different type of fart, that's that guy is more likely to be a liberal. He's less likely to be disgusted by certain things. And
I think he also compared Trump to Hitler. I'm just saying what he said, bro. Which is a wild, it's a wild take, my boy.
No, I don't have anything to say about that. I mean, fuck, bro.
Oh, bro, before anything.
He must think Hitler didn't do shit.
I also want to announce rest in peace to Akira Toriyama, bro. Like, I'm heartbroken.
You are.
Honestly, bro, I'm sad, man. Like, that dude, like, birthed my childhood.
Did he know you personally, or?
He didn't, Abe. I always know your take, but...
Did he ever pay your rent?
He didn't, Abe. He didn't pay my rent
Did he ever let you fuck his wife, or...?
He introduced me to this culture of anime and to millions of other people. First of all, for the people out there, Akira Toriyama is the dude who created Dragon Ball. He also created Dragon Quest. He also created...
Bro, that's like some dude saying, I love my limo driver. Like, this guy offered a service...
Yeah, but
you enjoyed the service, and now you give a fuck about him? The fuck is wrong with you?
I don't like that take.
The fuck out of here.
But regardless,
the fuck out of here.
Ignore it, guys. Akira Toriyama was his taste level, his influence level
Yeah, you taste his fucking dick. Yeah,
is extreme. And it's sad that he's gone, bro. Honestly, so. Listen, bro, it's not my problem that you didn't have a childhood and you didn't fucking watch DBZ.
Yeah, I did. I actually, that was my childhood.
That was your shit.
I love that shit.
I thought you didn't watch DBZ.
I can't even remember the fucking name you told me of this guy. Man.
Yeah, not a lot of people know.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, R.I.P. to him, man.
Don't you fucking
What, fuck a corpse? That's what you trying to say?
Yeah, why don't you go fuck a corpse, huh?
All right, though. So,
the fuck out of here.
Just had to bring that up. Let me see. Bro, you're hitting a vape right now, bro.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say, bro. So for the people that are, since we don't have a video podcast, Ape is hitting a vape, bro.
This man got triggered.
No,
what the fuck does that have to do?
That's all I had to say. I'm just saying that.
Let me tell you something.
I'm stating a fact.
Let me tell you something, all right?
What's up?
If he would have let you fuck his wife,
I wouldn't disrespect.
the least you could do is show up to the funeral.
I wouldn't disrespect Akira
The
Toriyama
least you could
like
do is show up to the funeral.
I wouldn't try him like that, bro.
All right, if he lets you fuck his wife, you know
that's a man of culture right there, right, brother?
You know who was a man of culture? Borat. I remember the fucking movie Borat when it came out, the first one. The second one, that shit was garbage.
Bruno?
No, Borat, the first Borat movie, that one, the one that came out like well over a decade ago.
Right.
And this guy's over there. He's talking some guy, he's like, you're a good man,
Sure.
I like you. You may come over to my house. You may fuck my sister, And when you say some shit like, you can fuck my sister, it's like, bro, props, you know what I'm saying?
Respect.
I saw his sister in the documentary. She was number 4 prostitute in all of Kazakhstan. She even had a trophy.
That's, what's that movie, Don't Fuck with the Zohan? Or Don't Mess with the Zohan?
What happened in that movie?
He just fucks bitches, like, all day.
Oh, I know that, but...
Like, he's classic.
No, I respect that.
He's what is he? He does hair. He does bitches' hairs and shit, and then like he just smashes them.
Yeah.
And the thing is, the Zohan will smash anything, big bitch, small bitch. Like that's one of Adam Sandler's like top tier movies in my opinion.
Well, one of the best performances I saw was in that movie Bad Santa.
Oh, we've spoken about this.
And where this guy, the guy that plays Santa Claus in that movie, he's fucking only like the big and wide women, like the tall bitches that are fat.
Yeah.
Like he would go over there and fuck them in the ass.
Yeah.
And that was his entire thing. And he would even know like the most like fucking middle-aged, obese hookers and shit. Like I remember one time he went and he saw one. He's like, "Hey, come over here." And she's like, "Hell no." Last time I couldn't shit right for a month.
God damn.
Right. And
adopted a gay boy. Had to toughen him up and shit.
A gay boy?
Yeah. He was a little, come on.
Was he sus? Yeah, I mean, but you don't gotta...
I'm just saying, he looked a little, you know what I mean?
You saying he looked like spores?
I mean, damn, we didn't have to take it that far, but, listen, motherfucker. The Kellogg CEO said you should eat cereal for dinner, and you should fucking do it.
No.
No, but all jokes aside, he did say that, though. Is that not based?
I mean, that's...
He considered it. He said that people that are to save money said fuck eating regular food. Just eat our cereal for dinner.
That is a wild thing to say.
He said that, and he got ridiculed up the ass, bro. Like there was jokes left and right.
Who's that? The CEO?
The Kellogg CEO, the dude who makes all the cereals.
Bro, you don't want to... The thing is that, like, when you own a company, you're supposed to...
Just shut the fuck up.
Well, you're the CEO, but you want to at least try to present the image that you're not a greedy piece of shit. Because problem is, that actually convinces people to buy your products when they like you.
No, 100%. It has a lot to do with it.
So, I mean, that's a bad idea.
This motherfucker really, really suggested that, though. I was like, wow, this guy is... He's down bad. What was I gonna tell you?
There's a great book called How to Win Friends and Influence People.
You're into that?
By Dale Carnegie. Oh, it's a classic. Even social psychologists swear by it. I mean, it's a great book.
Don't you hate a lot of those self-help books, though?
Well, no. The problem is that this is a book about a specific concept.
How to win friends?
And how to influence people.
Oh, gotcha.
And it's actually a very well written book. And it's the fact of the matter is, what it basically does is it gives a certain piece of advice and demonstrates it using stories, most of which are like, yeah, that never happened. But the premise still stands behind what he said in the book. I mean, you can find social psychologists, like
Sure.
Jonathan Haidt, for example, he swears by that, along with the Meditations of Marcus Aurelius, which is not really my favorite Stoic text, but to each his own,
Wait, what were we talking about right now?
We were talking about self-help and
the how to win.
And
Okay.
how you like manifesting things, right?
I mean, sure.
You believe in that, right?
Dude, I was about to say Switzerland just approved the suicide pod. Have you seen that?
It's a pod.
Let me just bring it up, Ty.
Incredible.
We've talked about assisted suicide plenty of times.
We've talked about pods too,
And pods. We are on one right now. These motherfuckers amped it up a notch. They're like, you know what?
But I mean, like, the pod in terms of, like, the Mark Zuckerberg metaverse. Like, get in the fucking pod, bitch, right now,
Nah,
like,
check it out.
It's time to enter the Matrix.
It looks super dope, though, actually. Like, I'll give them props, but that's the suicide pod in Switzerland.
I gotta be honest, if I'm gonna die, I want it to be in some shit like that.
Right? I'm actually not against it.
That looks pretty good.
That looks hard, but the actual way that kills you...
That looks like a fucking, like, one of those trophies from Super Smash Brothers that you get with Samus.
It looks like a fucking, it looks like some shit in Halo or some shit. Like, you'll fucking teleport through their shit. But nah, the actual thing is, they're gonna release, like, a liquid.
Right.
And then you'll just slowly... die.
What type of death is it though? I mean, I'm sure they're curious to hear that. I mean, if
nitrogen gas.
Okay, that sounds like it sucks.
Well, yeah, that's all jokes aside, what do you think about Switzerland doing this?
Who is it approved for?
I'm not sure. I don't think it has exact details on it yet, but let me see.
It's just a scary road when you start going down the sort of eugenics thing.
I mean, we've talked about this, the demise pill.
Yeah.
I mean, it's already gonna come to life soon. Like people, Canada, the assisted suicide.
I think
Switzerland now is bringing out the suicide pod.
I think they're gonna make suicide way too
accessible
nice.
And
like
friendly.
They're gonna make it sexy and promote
and appeal
it.
And
it's like, have you ever wondered what it's like to be missed?
Type shit.
You can imagine the commercials, a few years from now.
That's a wild ass advertisement. Because you wouldn't even be able to fucking experience that and shit. But that's funny. What else we got, dude? I give you a little more interesting shit about Diddy.
Before you do that, I just thought of something that's
go
great promotional for the future of Def Inc.
Perfect.
But if you really think about it, like what you could do in the future is be like, because AI is going to be very advanced as well.
True.
So you could be saying that like, and so is cloning and shit like that. So you could have like you're all cyborgs and shit, so you can't really tell. And you could be like, have you ever wanted to die anonymously? And so like you die, but your family, they have like some fucking some.
That's fucked up.
It's like they cut off your brain and then like you replace it with some other shit, and it's like the same thing as you, but it's like you're dead, and it's like they don't have to worry about a thing.
Right. I mean, all jokes aside, I really hope the suicide shit doesn't, like the trend doesn't grow bigger.
And I'm thinking they're gonna come up with some great medication demise pills out there that are gonna feel amazing. Like you're gonna see people dying like, oh fuck yeah.
It'll be like you're just knocking out.
There'll be like death porn, like people recording their suicides, and it'll just be like like the fucking moans and squirms of pleasure before their death,
But dude, talking about Diddy, I actually got this from the Candace Owens and Destiny convo that you said you saw.
Yeah.
Where apparently Lil Rod,
fascinating
dude. Shout out to him.
Yeah.
He apparently, there was a night that they were having at the stew, whatever. Apparently Diddy shot somebody allegedly.
Oh yeah.
And Diddy pretty much got them to be like, pretty much to like
media blackout or
not media
underplayed.
Pretty much just lie about it, like, yo guys, don't say it was me, etc.
The cops were
the crazy thing, this is according to Candace Owens, by the way. I don't know if this is factual or anything. Apparently, there's a guy that you call when shit like that happens. Let's say an accident, you fucking killed somebody, some shit happens, from the LAPD, and he cleans it up. He writes a fake police report, and the same guy that was there was the same dude that was there the same night that Michael Jackson was killed. So I just thought that was based, and the same dude that comes to clean up the incident. is the same guy that Candace is claiming was there the same night that Michael Jackson was killed. So apparently this LAPD shit is
I mean, it's more than LAPD shit, apparently. It's LA shit, too, right? It's
I mean, I just thought that was weird.
I don't find it surprising at all. I mean, there's been... I'm not saying any of this shit happened. I'm just saying that, like, if it... You know, it wouldn't be surprising if it happened the way that's being claimed in this lawsuit.
That Lil Rod's claiming.
And if it's also, you know, true for Michael Jackson, I mean, you could imagine that there's, in the upper echelons of wealth and power, that, you know, there's people that are like... I don't like this motherfucker, you know? Or we got to take this guy out. He's causing too much problems. Or, you know, this guy's a pain in the ass. Fuck him. You know, you can imagine that would happen.
That's sick, though, bro. The idea that there's, like, cops cleaning up incidents and writing fake police reports for people, and that's wild, bro. It probably is a thing. Who knows, though? But, yeah, that's all I had for Diddy about it. All right. Oh, I actually have a question for you, dog, and we can get into this more. The couple things I have left are some pretty... I put all the boring shit to the side already, so...
Okay.
So we can get into more philosophical, and I don't even know where to start, but I'm about to light this blee. Because we about to get into this shit for real now, Abe. First of all...
Yeah.
For the first time on the VNA pod, we are making our first tier list.
Holy shit.
I've never made one, don't even know where to do it.
What's the classification on this?
You ready?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, I was gonna talk about something else first, but the Afterlife tier list.
Really?
That's what I came up with.
What do you mean the afterlife? Like just when you die?
Yeah.
Like what's the best shit
exactly
people come up with after you die?
What would you, in your opinion, what do you think would be the best option? And we're gonna run through a couple, and then we're gonna talk about each. But before we even get into that, because I gotta make the tier list and shit, I'll ask you something like a little more easier, because this is gonna I have like a lot for this. And we can even ask the Ocean shit, his thoughts and shit. So, I was just gonna ask you, if you had one conspiracy event that you could actually find out 100%, no detail to detail, what would it be?
I could pick a very broad topic.
Sure. I mean, anything. That could be anything. I got examples if you want me to give you.
And it would be kind of cheating, right?
What you gonna do? The World Economic Forum?
No, fuck them. That's just
Rothschild?
No. Just to what degree is there an elite that is controlling the masses?
Come on, hey, that's too broad though. We gotta be a little more specific.
You know,
that's too broad. Because then that would answer so many other things at that point. It's a good one. Don't get me wrong.
Listen, that's any question.
All right, then let's.
I can make it more specific.
Let's make it more specific.
Okay.
Yeah, events that actually occurred. Not saying that that's not occurring, but we don't have a date on it.
Right.
I'll give you examples.
Yeah, go for it.
JFK.
Not that interested.
9/11.
Not that interested.
Moon landing.
Not that interested. Not interested at all, frankly.
Okay. Hitler surviving.
Definitely don't give a fuck.
Rothschild.
What about him?
I mean, I just threw their name in there. There's a lot of... That was pretty broad, too. So, what else do we say? I mean, there's aliens, but it's like... that's too broad, too. I don't know. I just thought that would be an interesting question. I would probably pick, dude. I mean, obviously, the one you answered would probably be the best one, because that would answer a lot of questions, but... I don't know, man. I'd probably pick, like, moon landing or something. I know you don't like this answer, so I picked it. But
you're like you got this suspicion that they didn't go there?
No, but I didn't say that. I just said I would like to know, like, for sure.
You're not convinced. It's not enough.
I wouldn't say I'm not convinced. I'm just indifferent about it. I don't really care. Like, it's like whatever. Like, if it happened, it happened. If it didn't, it didn't.
Okay.
Who gives a fuck? But if I can know, sure, I'll be like, oh shit, cool. It didn't. I guess. But yeah.
I mean, if maybe you could pick some shit like, you know, secret societies and connection to, you know, government and power elites.
That's what you don't want to find out.
But that's broad as fuck too.
That's broad as fuck too. What are some other events that are very
specific events? I could pick Bohemian Grove. That's an event that occurs every year, and
that's a good one.
You know, I could try to figure out what happened there. You know.
Okay.
Or you could choose the Jeffrey Epstein thing and see how
There is-
far down the
I
rabbit
forgot.
hole it goes.
Forgot about Epstein. Okay, name a template.
You could go through Jimmy Savile, who was connected to, protected and connected by royalty in England. So that's a fascinating one. Let me go ahead and
Where the fuck do you go to make the like? How do you do the tier list thing, bro?
just a sec. I'll be right back.
Go for it. Go for it. You got a piss?
Some shit like that.
Okay.
So you want to make
About fucking time, Abe.
you want to make an Afterlife tier list.
Yes, here on the VNA
Where,
pod.
well, all right, okay.
Live, motherfucker.
Okay, let's run through some options here then.
Guys, listen.
What is the best?
Let's
or worst
let's
thing?
first give the people the options,
Okay,
and then
okay.
we'll talk about one by one.
All right, let's do it.
Check it out. So, first option, reincarnation.
Okay, that's one option.
Second option, nothing.
Okay,
Third option, simulation.
right.
Fourth option, ghost.
Okay,
Fifth option, heaven.
okay,
Sixth option, hell.
yeah.
And the seventh option, infinite loop.
Okay.
All right, so first off the
Wait,
bat.
so there's no one with the infinite that you said the.
Oh yeah, and my bad. And one with everything. That's the last option.
Okay.
One with everything. I forgot about that one. All right. Straight out. Let's get into nothing.
Okay.
All right. And by the way, the options we have for the tiers, we're just gonna do A through F. So A the highest, F the lowest.
I just got to say though, like I mean, if
All right. So
the first one that we're gonna talk about,
wait, hold up. First of all, where the fuck's my blunt at?
there's not much to say about it since it is nothing.
Yo, where's my blunt? The fuck? That's right. All right.
I mean, we could talk about it in comparison to like the other ones to see how it really fits in. I mean,
That's the idea.
So-
wait, what'd you say? That there's what? There's what? What'd you say before that? There's nothing?
the first one that you mentioned is nothing.
Oh, yeah, okay. What about it?
There's not much to say about that one.
I think you're actually wrong. There's a lot to say about that
About
one.
nothing?
About nothing, actually.
Tell me about nothing.
Well, first of all, the whole nothing idea is the idea that once you die, that's it. You don't experience anything else. You
Right.
don't experience no sensations.
Right.
You don't have any consciousness.
You don't.
You're just... It's like this idea that you're... well, it depends on what religion you look at it through.
Yeah.
But...
See, the only way you can talk about nothing is by talking about it the same way that you talk about like a car that doesn't have any of the features that you like. You know, you could go up in like a Ford Model T, be like, it doesn't have air conditioning. It doesn't have, it doesn't go 100 miles an hour.
Right.
It doesn't have any seat warmers. It doesn't have
Sure, I get
a
it.
radio.
I get it. But...
If I made a list, let me give you a better
We would
example.
have to compare it to other things, obviously.
We can, but I can give you another example of what I mean here. Like, say that I were to say that you are V, right?
Sure.
And so then I could go and read a list of every human being on the planet and be like, V is not Yoshi. V is not Michael Jackson.
I'm not trying to do that, Abe. I get what
V
you're saying.
is not.
I'm just saying, yeah, for the most part, the good thing about nothing, though, I'll say this, is that you don't know that it's happening to you. It's just...
It's because it's not happening to you. It's nothing.
Yeah, you don't exist.
Right.
You're not experiencing anything, so it's not a... Which I think, honestly, nothing might actually be a little high for me.
Really?
Honestly.
It sounds great. It sounds like a...
I mean, you just won't know it.
It can't be great, right? It can't be.
I mean, the only thing that's not great about it is that on the other ones, you are experiencing something versus nothing, obviously you're not.
Right. There's no you, so it's...
But at the same time, it's like, I think it's better than some options that we do have
Right.
here. Like, I don't...
Yeah.
I mean, where would you put nothing at? Let's forget about S and...
Well, let's start comparing it to other ones and see if it's better or worse than...
I mean, nothing is 100% better than hell.
Right.
We could agree with that.
I could agree with that,
We
yes.
probably... If anything, I might actually put, from A to F, I might put nothing on D or E. Oh, no, let's take out the E section, by the way. This is not... It's just A through F. Hold up.
So, okay.
There we go. All right.
I think it's pretty easy for a lot of people to agree with us when we say that, nothing is better than hell.
I'm putting nothing on the D, on D list.
Okay.
So that's like the fourth best.
Let's compare it to a
Fourth
different one. So what's the reincarnation is another one, right?
Yeah.
So nothing compared to
reincarnation. Let's get into that in the last one.
Okay.
Because that one I have a lot for.
Okay.
Let's say.
I would score that one. I mean, other than hell.
Where would you score a nothing?
I would score it above hell.
Right?
Yeah. But that's pretty much it concerning the list we have.
I mean, there's no other options, or...
I mean, unless there's more specific criteria, like, for example, if it was going to be, you know, because, for example, the eternal recurrence one.
Oh, you want to get into that one?
Right, the one where you end up just living your life in a loop again and again and again and again.
Everything's going to be the same the whole life.
Right,
yeah,
and you know, of course, it would feel completely new to you every single time because it's, you know, it's not like you know that you're living it again.
That one is that one better than nothing? I think that one is only better than nothing if you live a good life.
Right. If you lived and if your only life was like fucking 7 years old dying in a concentration camp.
Damn,
right?
Then it's obviously not better than nothing.
Then you basically have something that's on par with hell.
Just you're living that shit.
And yeah, it's just
it's real life, motherfucker.
Right.
There, yeah. So. But it's so situational. Like, it depends, because
right.
at the same time, if you lived a great life, you've become a fucking millionaire. Like,
yeah. So I say we should presume that you live an average life.
That is a good way. But you can't think of it like that, because. So you want to put it in the sense where, like, every situation would be the human is living an average life, and then we base it off that.
Yeah, and what I mean by average life, I mean average not in terms of like what year you're born in and shit like that, but just average in terms of like, you know, human pleasure throughout life and sense of meaning and, you know, how healthy or ill you are,
True.
You know. Like if you could just take all of the humans that have ever existed and get the average of that, right? And do it in a way that's sensible. You'd have to really come up to see what it would be like. I mean, if you were just doing it for humans now, it's a lot easier to say yes, depending on a situation. I mean, people are a lot more depressed, at least in the United States.
That is true.
And so you don't know what lottery ticket you're going to get.
I mean, yeah, that is...
So...
Is infinite loop better than nothing, though?
Is it better than nothing?
This is a personal thing, by the way. Let's make this personal. Fuck. What do you
life.
think? What do you think?
My own life.
Yeah.
Oh, I would do definitely.
So infinite loop for personally, you would probably make it as like what, A, B, top.
I mean, it's not better than heaven, by definition.
Oh, we're gonna get into that. Hold up. We're gonna get into the good ones last. Right. But I mean, all right, you want to get into heaven? How do you know that you won't get bored of doing the same thing over and over again? Or is it the idea that you have no eternal suffering? That you're in complete peace. You're in like eternal peace.
By definition, I mean it's heaven.
So you will never get bored of things?
There's no crying in heaven.
Yeah, but
there's no crying in baseball, motherfucker.
That's a funny quote, but I don't know, man. So that idea of
that's one of the things that made me want to be an atheist as a kid, by the way, is like I would think about like what heaven is considered in the Bible. It's like you're worshiping God for all of eternity.
You're on some dude's dick, bro, the whole time. It's like, bro, come on.
Wait a second, it's not some dude.
Well, you don't even know that.
It's God.
God could be a dude.
God does not have a sex.
How do you know that?
Because it's God.
This is wild coming from the atheist.
You're going to attribute a fucking
gender
animal trait to God.
I mean, you don't know if he is, though. So.
There's no evidence that he is. There's no suggestion of it. I mean, you'd think...
I'm just potting at this point. But yes, if you want to get technical, if there is no evidence. We're still in infinite loop, though.
Like, if you're trying to convince me that God has a cock, that's pretty out there, bro. On the one hand, you know, he did get Mary pregnant. You know what I'm saying?
He got married pregnant?
Mary.
Oh, he got Mary pregnant. Right. So, I mean, what is that then, my man?
That's a bad motherfucker.
Is that not evidence?
Damn, bro. That's worse than Jeffrey Epstein shit, bro. That's worse than Harvey Weinstein, bro.
Why, Mary was like a kid?
Bruh, like compare, like God, like infinite wisdom just coming down and pounding some bitch without her knowledge. Like raise that little bitch, raise that Jesus motherfucker.
Where are we putting infinite loop? We had nothing for
I'm
D.
putting infinite loop above nothing and hell.
But where do you put it on the tier list? Is it the best thing? Is it the second best, the third best, fourth best, or fifth best?
Just kick.
We still have to deal with the other ones.
Look, the other two are for me last place. So this is third to that. If anything comes up that's better, then we'll update it.
Let's get into an easier one, and then we'll update it. Ghost.
Ghost.
What happens if you're stuck in purgatory and you're a fucking ghost living on Earth?
I'm trying to figure out what
are the positives of that? You do get to see people still.
I wonder if you could come up with anything that would make it bearable.
I'll give you the positives, and then the negatives is a lot though. But the positives, I'll say, you could still see family members
till they die. Yeah.
Till they die. Sadly, you could. You could fuck with people.
You could interact with people?
No, you physically can't. They won't see you, but you could, like, I don't know, throw the fucking cup off the table and, like, see people freak out.
Could you do that for good shit, or?
Yeah, you probably could, because you're a ghost. You could, let's say, technically the ghost could do things, but he cannot be seen.
Because if I could be an eternally benevolent ghost, I mean, that might give me a sense of meaning. And boredom. And bored out of my fucking mind.
I mean, who knows, bro? Let's say you're a ghost, and then you might come to Earth and just chill with a family member and be like, anything that ever happens to him or her, you'll be right there to just watch, just in case. Let's say, like, I don't know, God forbid,
they try to commit suicide after you're dead for some shit,
and you fucking push him, and like he fuck or her, and you know what I mean? Like you could do some things to change the outcome of certain events. So a ghost could be useful in certain things like that.
Right. So could I, like, all right, let's say I'm dead and I got a brother that's on a date, right? And so, like, I could tickle this bitch's clitoris to get her horny.
I don't think ghosts could actually touch humans.
So could I?
Because you go through things. Like, obviously, if you fucking walk through this wall, you just walk past through it.
Could I grab a feather and, like, tickle her clitoris with it?
I mean, I don't know, but what people have seen. I mean, 18% of the U.S. believe in ghosts.
Yeah,
which is kind of a big number when you think about it.
It is.
And so I'm just gonna use logic that we have known, that we think, and like, oh, like when something happens and you don't know the reason, oh, a ghost did it or whatever. So
yeah, I'll put that one below nothing.
Below nothing?
Yeah.
Interesting. You think that's the worst?
Yeah, that sounds like it's a miserable existence.
Because you don't get to just die already?
First of all, I have no idea what the state of mind is of a fucking ghost. There's no, like, description.
I'm sure there's no soul, there's no consciousness, or, I mean, there probably has to be, because
I mean, if there's no consciousness, then it's no different from nothing.
Yeah, so there is consciousness, but there's just no physical you.
Right.
You're just a floating...
But if it's just the same thing, then
let's say it's just you, but just floating.
Yeah, that seems fucking pointless.
I would say that's better than hell.
It's better than hell, but it's not better than nothing.
The thing is, nothing might be actually like B tier. Or even
this shit's gonna get the top rating by the end of this shit.
Or even A tier. Because it's just the fact that you don't even know it's happening.
Yeah.
So it's like, how could you even rate it?
Well, it's not that you don't know that it's happening. There's no you to know that it's
that's my point. That's what I'm trying to say. It's like, how would you even...
And so it's not superior or inferior.
You're just indifferent about it. It's just
to
like
anything, because it's nothing. And so we're comparing something to nothing.
Yeah.
Which is even worse than apples to oranges.
Right. Yeah, that's... I'm gonna leave it on B for now. All right, so Ape says Ghost should be the last one. All right.
No, it's Ghost is...
Oh, wait, no, it's better
than hell.
So it's D tier. All right, we'll give it D tier. All right, let's get into hell.
But if I could tickle some pussies with a feather, that might make it bearable.
I mean, we gotta realize though, hell has a lot of interpretations and like.
Yeah, but none of them are good.
I think a lot of them have to do with like kind of similar to nothing.
No, it's payment. It's payment.
I don't think so, bro.
Yeah.
I was watching this YouTube video. I don't remember exactly.
Jesus.
And there's a lot of religions that base this idea that hell but not the idea that you're like actually suffering, but like I forgot how he described it.
I'm sure some religions do, but I can't, like the Abrahamic religions.
Let's say the
don't.
Christian one is obviously you go to fucking hell, you burn to death, or your soul is forever. Mm-hmm. That's what he was saying, that your soul is like burned off, or like it's just it's
it's eternal hellfire
type shit. I mean, it's hard to debate hell, right? It's just like you're just. I mean, think about it though. You're stuck there with all the baddest motherfuckers that's ever lived.
Yeah.
Let's try to think some positives out of it. Is there any positives to going hell?
You can interview Hitler while he's
You could
through the fire and flames. You could definitely try to get a word in. You know. You'd never have to worry about the cold.
That just seems so fucking crazy, bro. Just eternal suffering, bro.
It's difficult to come up with a positive for hell that doesn't sound funny, you know?
I mean, you get to meet the devil, bro.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like it's a
good thing?
That's not,
That's not a flex?
No.
Yeah, that would be scary, right? You fucking wake up like out of like a fucking sleep and you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah. I'm not Lil Nas X. I'm not going to be...
I'm just eating shit,
I don't want to give that guy a lap dance, you know what I'm saying?
All right, dog. The two most controversial ones. Let's get into heaven, dog.
First of all, how is heaven controversial? It sounds lit.
You don't think you'll get bored of it, though?
Eternal bliss, how could it be boring? See, what we define as boring in our human condition is due to the fact that we have brains that adapt to things and then become less sensitive to it. Like when you smoke weed for the first time or some shit, some people say they don't get high, but supposing you got high as fuck the first time or the first few times, right? You know, eventually you start building up a bit of a tolerance, right?
Yeah.
And the same thing like with alcohol, and the same thing with like going to the beach or with fucking anything, right? So
everything gets old.
Right. So, but it might still be nice, but it's not the same as like the first.
So you're saying in heaven, anything you do, you will always have the most maximum bliss.
It is amazing.
That's the idea of it. It's nothing. There's nothing bad in it.
It is the ideal condition for after death, by definition.
And there's no way of ever getting bored of it. Because it's just.
First of all, you're talking about like
the YouTuber I was talking to was
Can I just tell you what I mean?
The YouTuber. Oh, go ahead.
Holy shit, Ron is here.
The tangent man is here.
But I just want to say, look, think about it like this, right? You think sex is good, but wait till you fucking see God. You know what I'm saying? That's sex. First of all, that's on some next level shit.
God is sex.
Yo, to be next to God like forever, like vibing and shit, like that is. First of all, talk about having a dude who can hook you up with anything. All right, let's be real here.
But that's what I'm trying to say. God wouldn't do that though.
Wouldn't do what?
Because those things that you claim is let's say you want him to hook you up with some shit. It cannot be a sin. It cannot be anything, any form of thing that's
you don't want to sin. You found something way better than any of the shit that you wanted here on Earth.
Like what?
Like God.
Come on, Abe. You can't give me a circular.
Don't you understand the idea of like the Holy Spirit?
Right. It's the greatest.
And what happens when you become
enlightened,
overwhelmed with it? Don't you ever see these people at fucking church that they talk about how they got the Holy Spirit and they look like they're having an epileptic seizure?
Right.
You know, and they're crying from tears of joy. I mean,
the YouTuber that I was watching, he actually ranked heaven like pretty like C or D.
But what's his
argument was what I'm saying, like eventually you'll get bored of it. But then
that's such a stupid argument.
But then I was like, how is that true? If heaven is supposed to be this all great thing, it's always gonna be.
It just doesn't make any fucking. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm an atheist, but even I'm not gonna fall into. That's like a third grade atheist argument right there.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay. Let's get into reincarnation.
You know? That's like, I mean, I understand that to an atheist the Bible is like science fiction, but dude, you gotta at least read Star Wars if you're gonna shit on the movie. You know.
But I think I don't know. I mean I get that point. That was like in the back of my head when I was watching the video. So I was like, not a strong argument.
And I don't think he needs. And I'm not saying he needs to read the Bible to like say, this God shit doesn't make any sense. That's not the point. The point is like to shit on like the concept of heaven or something like that because of like the most stupid reasons, like a fucking something like you'll get bored of it, like.
Because then
that is such a terrible argument.
I just don't think he had the knowledge of what heaven was supposed to be. I guess.
Jesus Christ.
Or he was just wrong about it. I don't know. So obviously heaven would be A, right? Sadly, I thought it would be more.
Dude, you have no idea what you're up against. You're up against the best thing ever.
Damn, you're right.
Okay.
I'm trying to fucking.
I mean, God.
Devil's advocate, like, God.
Hilarious.
Yeah. Ironic. But anyway, all right, let's get into the best one, reincarnation. Then. This is the one I have the most for because it's obviously the most funniest one.
Dope.
It's the most interesting one.
It's dope.
I tell you what I like about reincarnation, at least in the Hindu versions, is that you get to make progress. You know.
The Hindus believe that souls passed on through lifetimes.
Yeah.
Like in continuity and like. Yeah. So like your soul would pass on to something else.
You can up your game if you play your cards right, you know.
Pretty much. I think what they believed in pretty much was that like depending on how good of a person you were, is pretty much what you'll get reincarnated into. Like the level of like karma. Let's say you're a douchebag, you might get fucking reincarnated into a fucking an ant or like a fucking I don't know, something that's not very...
or some dude in a concentration camp or some shit.
Or, sadly, yeah.
Or
the legitimate version.
Perhaps you might...
Versus you might be fucking the greatest dude on earth, and you might get reincarnated into...
I just got some questions, though. Like, say you came back as a plant, which you can.
The thing is, you can get reincarnated into anything.
Yes.
That's the gamble.
Right.
So you gotta be on your toes the whole time in life. Like just real think about that. It's like that's such a whack way to live. Like,
I'll tell you this. Okay, say you were a tree.
Sure.
Right, you're reincarnated as a tree from whatever the fuck you were before. I don't know, a rock. And let's say that this karma shit is real, right?
Yeah.
How am I supposed to be a good fucking tree?
Rock or a rock? How are you a good rock that you became a tree?
Are you a good rock if you don't move? Is that how it works, or what is it?
Maybe this only applies to fucking
living
people,
beings.
Things with consciousness, like but animals, humans, or whatever, right?
Right, but I mean plants.
I mean, people say that plants could hear. They have all the fucking 5 things. They could hear, smell, they could feel. So they're living in some sort of way.
No, I don't.
As well as trees are, because they're fucking alive too. So
that's what I'm saying.
But rock, I don't think rock would be in the...
But if you came back as a tree, how could you possibly...
Be a good tree?
Yeah.
That's a good question, dog.
Ever seen the movie The Happening?
Did anybody ever ask the Hindus that?
I'm sure they have.
Because that's actually a solid question.
I'm sure they have a perfectly fine answer to it. I'm sure they'll probably be like, well, you get 28 lifetimes as a tree, and then after that, you'll just come back into a more conscious being, you know?
Now, the Buddhist, they had a different approach at it.
Right.
They believed in some shit called no
Nirvana?
self.
Oh.
No, I mean, that's what you reach at the end. Like
that's
if
where you want to go.
Yeah, that's what you reach at the end. But it's called a Natman or a Natman, some shit like that. And it's the idea that nothing in the world has any kind of permanent essence to it.
Okay.
Including your personhood.
Right.
And the Buddhists believed like we were like composed of these 5 things. Form, perception, consciousness, feeling, and fabrication. And that's pretty much what that was their whole shtick. There's actually a funny story of Pythagoras. Because actually, a lot of the ancient Greeks actually believed in reincarnation as well. Dang, I think what did they used to call it? Let me see. I think I wrote the term somewhere. Metempsychosis. That was pretty much their term for it. And there's a story about Pythagoras was saying that he's seen a puppy like getting fucking destroyed or like by something just getting beaten.
You mean like some dog with a BBC was pounding that
type
shit?
Shit, whatever the case was have been. So he was getting beaten, destroyed, and he argued that he heard the dog and he heard the dog yelping and he heard the soul of his friend.
Really?
That's literally what he said, dude.
Well, I can tell you this, because there is a lot of shit that's like attributed to Pythagoras.
Okay.
From like, like sources that they have back then. But we're not completely sure that he existed.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn, so all this was cap?
No, I said we're not completely sure
How?
that he existed.
Why not? Why the completely now, though?
Well, because it's possible that he did.
What's how... Pythagoras is the same time as, I'm assuming, Plato's and these dudes? Way more ahead?
Yeah.
Way before?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. No, never mind
I'm
that.
talking about like hundreds of years before this.
Gotcha.
And
Well, anyway...
but it said that he had a cult.
The story's hilarious, though.
Yeah.
The idea that he heard his friend's
Soul?
soul
Yeah, that's
in the
wild.
dog.
Yeah, that's cap. You're capping Pythagoras. You've been looking at too many triangles, bro.
And yeah, dude, now we could just get into reincarnation. Like, think about that. Like, just the idea, like, it's a gamble.
I love the variety it offers, though. The novelty of experiences, It's way more refreshing than any eternal recurrence, right? Because the eternal recurrence, even though you always are going to feel like it's happening for the first time.
Do you ever find out or no?
No.
Oh, damn. So it's like, it's not like it's you don't even know about it. So it's
there's no variety in it. And if you had the option, people would choose more.
Obviously,
more variety.
Depending on your life situation.
That's what I'm saying. But if it's depending on your life situation, you will want that level of variety so that you don't have to just stick to one gamble, because there's a lot of possibilities and it's
Do you think reincarnation is better than nothing?
Yeah.
You do?
I do.
Because it's your choices, you can make...
Well, first of all, the concept of karma is applied there. So, you could take it out technically for the sake of argument and be like, what if it was just random life?
Then it wouldn't be better than nothing.
I think Alan Watts used to talk about this as an experiment of sort of like a... It's not that he talked about it as an experiment, as that he talked about the idea that you're God in drag, something that he...
That's base.
Yeah,
God in drag?
You're God in drag, basically, is what he referred to as like humans and living beings and shit.
That's
like that,
hilarious.
Right? That you're just having this experience, but you can only have them one at a time. But
we're spiritual beings having human experiences.
You're God, and you don't know that you're God. You're lying to yourself. If you were God, what would you do? You would eventually, fucking figure out different things that you can do, and you would get bored with it. And if you could live, you would live one life, and then you would live the best life that you could ever imagine, and you would live that so many times that you would just come out of it, after the millionth time and be like, well, this is fucking nice, but I think I want something a little bit more challenging now. I'm getting bored of just all this, hedonism.
Right.
And so let me go ahead and just push the waters a little bit and maybe be born into a life that's a little bit more complicated and where I got a challenge there.
So reincarnation would be better than infinite loop, ghosts, and hell.
Yeah.
Right? It would probably be the third best one.
Well, let's look at the list that we have. So,
is it better? You said it's better than nothing, too.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay. Only if you had to choose, if life did suck, then it would be better for reincarnation. But then it's like nothing. It's like, I get it though.
I would choose infinite loop over nothing. Yeah.
What happens if your life is dog shit though?
If you're just rolling the dice, that depends on what conditions you're setting for.
If you're aware that infinite loop is gonna happen, it wouldn't be better than nothing. If your life is completely dog shit.
If it is.
That's what I'm saying though.
But you haven't set any parameters here.
But there's that option though. So just because there's that option, then we shouldn't have it. We should put infinite loop over it.
I'm not sure.
You don't agree?
No, I'm not completely sure about that.
I would say so. I would agree on that. I would think that just it's a gamble pretty much.
That's like saying, all right, let's say that you had no prior knowledge.
Let's say you had no prior knowledge of infinite loop.
Of who you were going to be.
Okay.
Just for one life.
Just for one life?
Which was the case when your dad blew that load, right?
Sure.
Now, would you choose, without any knowledge of anything, not to live rather than to live?
Damn, now that's a good question, dude. And I would put obviously I would put live, but
now you add the idea that it's infinite, and somehow people see it as worse.
I mean,
as though nothing is an escape.
But you're stating though with the premise that I'm not gonna know anything about it. Just on that moment when my dad blew the load, I get to pick either or.
Yeah, but you don't know anything about what's going to happen in your life, what characteristics you're going to have.
So I either... Oh, but you're saying at the end of my life, of that life, I could either pick...
No, not at the end of your life, bro. Before you know anything about what's going to happen in your life.
Get me... I know what you're saying, but understand what I'm trying to say. That moment when you were born, you're saying I could pick not to live or to live? Obviously, I'd pick to live. But you're referring to at the end of my life, when I'm going to die.
No, I'm referring...
to that moment right there, just regardless.
To some hypothetical moment in which you're not yet born. You have the option to choose of whether or not that sperm cell is going to become a baby, or whether it's going to slip down the crack of mom's ass. And
right. I mean, I'd pick live, of course. Yeah, it's hard to even debate because...
Right.
With no knowledge, I would pick live, because then I'll just...
Well, that's what the knowledge I have of infinite loop. Now
when you look at it like that, sure.
Now the thing is that nothing seems, especially to, like, when people talk about shit like suicide, they talk about it like as though it's an escape of some kind. It's like, no, it's not an escape. It's not an escape. It's just an ending.
That's it. End of experience.
But there's no escape. I mean, you didn't get out of one thing to go into a different thing.
I mean, you don't know that.
Well, I mean, there's no reason to think that you would. If the idea is that it's nothing. I mean, because we are talking about nothing versus infinite loop.
With that idea, yeah, sure. I mean, with that mindset, yeah, then suicide would be pointless.
Well, I mean, say life is hell.
Then you think it would be... Damn.
And so, see, this is consistent upon the sort of life that we're sort of designing here.
Yeah, we would have to...
Which is why the infinite loop one is so difficult to judge, because there's no actual criteria for judging it. It's like it could be heaven or hell. It could be the best or worst thing on that list.
That is true.
And so what do you do about that?
That's the thing. That one's like I'm like, you're either like throwing all the chips in, or you're like, fuck it. Like, I'm folding. It's either or. It's literally like Kierkegaard.
So what would you do? Would you tie it with nothing? Because think about rolling the dice and you end up having, one of the best lives ever lived.
Right. Or it's not gonna be black or white either. You could have a decent. We're obviously putting it into extremes.
Absolutely. The most obvious possibility is you're gonna have a basic ass life.
Yeah, and then you're just a normal guy.
Right, and you're just some fucking basic
UPS
bitch.
worker.
You're an infinitely basic bitch forever.
No hate to the UPS workers, by the way. Damn, that is tough, dude. It is tough. Infinite loop versus nothing is a tough one, because it's like... But I hear you, though. It's like... Living and experiencing something is obviously better than...
It's that it doesn't... I mean, the problem isn't so much the infinite, it's what is the experience.
That's all it is. That's all it is.
And in the reincarnation example, you at least have some choice over what your next experience is going to be.
How, though?
And that because once you die, it's not like you just get thrown into something else. I mean, there's actual things that go into choosing the next life.
What happened if your life is just complete shit and reincarnation, and you there's no way of you doing any type of good?
How could there be no way of doing any type of good?
I don't know. That's a hypothetical, Abe.
Yeah, but that sort of cancels everything out. What's the point of karma if you can't do anything good?
If you don't have anything good, sure.
That's like saying, I'm going to give you a game, and the way this game works is, as soon as the game starts, you're going to see this screen on, and it says game over, and you're going to push the button again, and it's going to say game over.
Yeah.
And you're just going to keep pushing it, and it's going to keep saying game over forever. That's the hypothetical you've given me.
Right. I think the YouTuber actually had hell over one of these options, by the way. I don't know why. I forgot. I just got the idea off this and I was like, damn, this is actually a pretty good idea. Oh shit, we forgot one, dude. Simulation.
Yeah. See, that
now we talking.
See, that one, simulation tells me about as much as infinite loop.
Not really. It's obviously more complex.
Yeah, but what could the simulation be?
I mean, the idea that
it could be any type of simulation, right? It could be a heaven or hell simulation.
No, we're talking about the idea that technology gets so advanced that they're controlling people.
Yeah, but to what end?
I don't know. That's the issue. I don't know what would be the criteria for it.
That's the thing. We don't know.
I'm just giving you a basic.
Yeah, we don't know if it sucks or not.
I mean, you wouldn't.
We have a structure, but we don't know what's going to go into that structure.
No, but the idea of bringing it up is to like, it's all the possibilities in simulation. Let's throw it in the air, and then we decide from that. You know
what might be best is if we decided. Let's say we made, and I'm sure we would come up with various different lists if we did this, because if we ended up getting this list of options here, and we decided, okay, let's actually steel man every single category here and make it as best as it could be.
Yeah.
And then make the list from there and decide which one we want.
I mean, the only problem, I mean, sure, we could do that, but I'm saying the only one we can't do that with is heaven, though. Because it's like, it's kind of
already there.
And I feel like hell would be the same, right?
And hell would probably be the same.
Because it's kind of there's nothing
to
debate.
If it was ghost, what would be the best life of a ghost? Like, you just love people watching.
There are people
You're
watchers.
You're obsessed with it. I mean, you could do it forever.
And you could probably, I don't know, depending on what's the criteria and what you can do as a ghost, like what are your limitations? Can you move things? Can you make noises? Can you do like...
If it was the best possibility
for
for each of those options...
What's the hypothetical for
that?
I
do think that infinite loop might be better than reincarnation.
Wait, you mean ghost would be better than reincarnation?
No, I mean infinite loop would be better than reincarnation if it was the best
version.
If
we had to...
if you were to pick the best life imaginable...
Oh, yeah, that would be the number one.
Loop.
Yeah, like if we have the hypothetical of you had the best life, you're a millionaire, you had a fucking amazing family.
It's very... and you have no knowledge of any of this. It's completely just as new every time that you live it. The only thing... Of course, you have no knowledge of this. So you would presumably have a very meaningful life.
Yeah.
Right? And... but you wouldn't know that you're just repeating that life.
Right. That's where, I would put definitely 100% infinite loop over heaven on that.
Why?
Because you're living a life.
Well, you are living a life in heaven.
Yeah, but you're living an afterlife. You're living life after death. It's not the same.
Exactly. The whole point is that it's better.
See, does it have to always be better?
Why the fuck? How could you talk people into Christianity if you told them that heaven is...
Because we're fucking living, Abe. We're here. We're here on this earth right now.
Exactly.
This is the best life we're ever going to have. I'm talking out of like atheist brain right now, probably.
Why the fuck would you bring up heaven?
It's an option. Of course, it's an option on the afterlife tier list, though. We got to throw it.
If you're telling me, you just don't...
I hate it, though. I hate that it has those, like, premises. Yes, it's like, it's hard to debate. It's like, it's dumb. It's like...
You might as well just change heaven and put perfection.
It's pretty much at that point, yeah. If we're gonna,
and it's good to have a best idea and a worst idea because it helps you make more sense of the intermediaries.
True. Well, then, me personally, just because I would rather live a life than go to heaven. Because like, if life is great,
bullshit.
You think? I don't know, dog. I mean, I've never been to heaven, so I gotta see. I gotta check it out. God, let me know.
Oh, you're talking to the wrong guy.
All right, dog. Well, I mean, what's the best possible option for nothing?
Nothing,
right?
Yeah.
Just the fact that...
I mean, you could just compare it to all the things that you might be missing out on in other categories, but then that would not make the other categories the best. And so that the entire thing would flop. I would put nothing...
Oh, we forgot to put one with everything.
We did.
And that one's like, I'm a little iffy about that. Like, what would that even mean?
That one
really?
is like, that one is becoming.
It just sounds gay, bro.
Integrated with God.
Okay, what does that even mean, Abe?
You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, I can't tell you that.
Like, what the fuck does that mean to somebody?
You want me to tell you what it means?
Yes, like, what are you doing? What are you doing when you're integrated with
See, that's the thing about you humans. You guys are worried about doing.
Oh, my God.
You don't understand everything that's being created in front of you beautifully, and you just so take for granted everything around you. I mean, it's truly disgusting. I despise you, frankly. It's...
What is that called again? That's called steel manning something?
Well, when you try to present it in the best light possible?
Yeah, on the other side of it?
Yeah.
Okay. I always get that confused. What's the other one? Straw manning it?
A straw man.
What's straw man?
It's the weakest. It's
the weakest.
It's not the weakest, but it's a straw man is a fake version of an argument that's tailored to suit.
Right. Okay. I remember now. Yeah. Okay,
you.
Okay. I always get those two confused. Okay. What have we steel man any others? What other ones we did? I mean, you can't steel man hell, ghost. I mean, did we really get into simulation? We don't have any.
Yeah, we
didn't put it in the list. What'd that be? Is that going in?
I mean, the idea behind a simulation is that somehow it's fake. Somehow it's fake. Somehow it's a simulation. It's something that mimics reality very well, and that there's something that
somebody's controlling it. It's being controlled.
Sure, you could add that to it too.
I mean, there is the idea that maybe in the future, or there will be people that, or let's say hypothetically, you're born in the future and you're controlling somebody. Maybe that's fun.
Maybe time really began from the future to the past, right? And the problem is the people from the future were the beginning. And so what they did is they created the simulation, and they are the gods. And basically we are the ones living through their simulation to bring them into existence.
That was deep, dog.
Now some sci-fi shit.
I fucks with that, actually.
How could we I don't know. I just feel like it's not really an option, right? It's just like you're just living life. Like, it's like, and you don't really get to, like, where do you go after you die in a simulation?
Oh, you could go to the simulation of heaven.
So it's like, it's the same. There is no really.
Or maybe nothing happens after you die in the simulation.
Could be nothing as well. Well, yeah, I don't know.
So
so that's our tier list, guys.
Yeah, I think that's.
Heaven is A, obviously. We don't even gotta. I mean, we have reincarnation in B.
Right.
Are we agreeing with that?
Sure.
Did we have infinite loop over nothing, or do we have nothing over infinite loop?
Honestly, I think they're tied.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Because it's either or, right, with those two?
Yeah, there's nothing I can use as a criteria to make one better.
So we'll have both. Ghosts, we'll have it fourth. Because it's sure way better than fucking hell.
Yes.
And hell's obviously last. I mean, the one with everything, I don't know. I don't even know what that even fucking means. I feel like these are the most, these options are the ones you could at least have a convo about or debate. The other ones are like simulations, like, I don't know.
Simulation is not it's too vague in terms of what experience you're going to have, you know?
True. And like the possibilities of it, we're not living in a fucking...
Right, yeah, there's not much for me to go off on that.
By the way, is there any other options?
I'm sure there are.
Do you know any?
You can become a partner at the Feast of the Gods. Yeah, right.
Become a god?
No, become a partner at the Feast of the Gods.
Become a partner?
You know, back in ancient Greece and Rome, sometimes people would die and shit like that, and they would erect what is it called, a temple in their grave and shit, and they would be ceremonially added as a god, and people would pray to you after your death as one of the gods. Now, if you were that great, that's some shit they did back then.
That's dope.
So you die, you become a god or some shit like that, or you become, you know, a partner at the Feast of the Gods, so to speak, if you were that full of virtue.
Damn.
You know.
That's pretty chill.
That sounds great, yeah.
Like, fuck, I just become.
And the gods had a lot of, they weren't. It was nothing like heaven, because the gods beefed and shit and devoured their own children in some cases. And
wait, so let's put that on the list.
Sure.
Become a god. I'll just put god.
Become one of the gods, because there's a plurality in this example, right?
Right. All right, dog. Where are we putting become one of the gods, bro?
Or you could also put become God, because that's another hypothesis that people.
That's
have
why
out there.
I was just gonna put God, like.
Yeah.
Just literally God,
Yeah.
like at that point.
I think that is appealing.
Is that? I mean, that's like you're a fucking warrior, like. I mean, in heaven, you're gonna always be great. Is God better than reincarnation? That's just a funny question. Like,
Is God better than reincarnation? Yes.
but can you die as a god?
I don't see how you could. I mean, technically, there.
I mean, you just said they have beef and shit, and they might fight.
No, you're talking about the plurality of gods. You mean like in a place where there are
Multiple gods,
right? Okay.
Yeah, and there's different gods, and they fight.
No, I don't think they can kill you. I mean, they could put that like.
They could harm you.
Right.
You just can't die.
But it was like, for example, when this one god, so all right, Zeus.
I was gonna say the Greeks.
Right, he was like the god of gods, and their creation myth. You know how like Mother Earth fucks Father Sky, and
right.
gives, they fuck so much, and they gave birth to these, and eventually Zeus came out, but his father, he was one of the Titan gods, one of the first gods that created after Mother Earth and heaven fucked, ended up swallowing a bunch of his own children and hiding, and
I've heard about that.
just taking the kids, and so like the mother goddess, she ended up eventually hiding the children from him, and so Zeus was one of those children. He came back and he sort of like was slaughtering his dad, had made him like fucking throw up all of his kids. So it's a good question whether or not they could die, because all his kids ended up popping out after he had eaten them already, right?
Sure.
So that's interesting.
I mean, yeah, having God on it, it's like, it's too. These motherfuckers are here fucking smoked out of their mind. Things are coughing. I mean, yeah, guys, that's pretty much the list. Like,
The Hadistic Jews.
you do give off, what are they, rabies or rabies, whatever the fuck they're called? Is it rabies or?
You mean a rabbi?
I know that rabbi, whatever, nigga. Sounded like rabies or something. I'm like, what the fuck? These?
Religions.
Yeah, not the greatest.
Right now,
Religion is vast, complex.
eating some.
It is.
Yes, you
Yeah,
can.
let me get a gusher, dogs.
Yeah.
It is.
You want to get
Gusher alert!
Science fiction usually is complex.
Totally
I mean, the
bring out
Marvel
gushers.
universe is complex. Yeah.
On some DJ. Anybody seen that DJ Khaled video where it's like, tell him bring out the lobster?
No.
College base.
I saw that that little comedic bit put together with an anime.
Yeah.
And I just
Oh,
remember.
man, you gotta talk in the mic.
Oh.
This nigga just like said, fuck the mic, I'm God.
Yeah.
I put the mic in the right way, bro.
I was really enjoying the gushers.
You're putting it the wrong way, I believe. Let me see.
Testing 1, 2.
Wrong. Other way.
That's how I had it before.
You gotta look. There's a little logo on the
Yeah.
proper side that you should have it towards you.
That's how I initially had it.
Right.
Okay.
Listen, bro, let's get to the real truth, bro. Okay, hey, pass something. He has a truth he wants
I want
to.
to say something very important.
There you go.
Like it's thinking hard.
It's possible that
Somebody's gay here?
the tits that she has are not exactly what you thought the tits that she has were. Right? So, for example, it's possible for you to be, just making out with the areolas. And next thing you know, what you're dealing with is a little surprise in the form of hair. Right? Now, this is a red flag for any gentleman that takes his areola licking serious. Right? But this is not something that you want to take lightly. Right? If that bitch is throwing titty hairs at me, you best believe I'm throwing swings.
Big areolas are weak, bro.
You're saying big areolas are not a turn on.
You like the ones that are smaller, like men's?
No, but they don't gotta be fucking the size of like a double XL pepperoni pizza.
I don't mind pepperoni, bro. You don't like pepperoni?
That's my favorite topping. But I'm not on my chick's titties, bro.
So how
So you're saying that
You're
an
saying that-
areola is no bigger than a circle acceptable? I mean, than a quarter.
Listen,
circle.
I'm gonna suck the titty. Let's get that clear out the way.
Okay, that's fair.
But the preferred ones are definitely the more perkier ones.
Sure.
That's just my taste. Now, Abe seems like he's like a.
No, I don't know.
You don't have
Do
a
you
preference.
dive
You're
in
just
the-
a fucking
in the third
areola
nipple
fanatic.
category?
I mean, don't get me wrong. I wouldn't want the areola to take up 75% of the tit, right?
Yeah, like it takes away the character from the titty.
But I also, don't necessarily want it to be like fucking like just
10%.
look like a fucking nipple. Like just the fucking dude's like that's not some shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong. There's some fat fucks out there that look like they got big fucking sausage areolas, right? Those fat, disgusting blobs of shit. Those motherfuckers. But
How big are your areolas?
they're pretty small.
They're like a dime.
What about you, Yosh? You are a bigger gentleman.
Regular size, man.
I'm fucking with
It's
you.
not like nipples, but
Did you,
Listen, bro, some people got big areolas, dog. I'm just asking. I don't think Ron would. By the way,
I
no
don't
homo.
know. Like, look, I go by my measuring unit. I'm talking
Hey, yo.
coins here. So like pennies, nickels, dimes, quarters.
What's your...
Right? And me,
Where's your
I'm
areola
a dime. Dimes. I fall into dimes category. Some people fall into pennies category. Some people's areolas fall in the silver dollar category. That's a little bonus.
Silver The silver dollar areolas.
fuck.
That's classic, dog. Nah, I agree though. I agree, and actually,
all the pepperoni nipples.
But that's
but he turned it up a notch and made it compared it to coin currency, which is actually swag, and that's actually a proper way to actually.
Yeah, and that's not proper way to measure.
I just don't understand. What difference are you making between a penny and a dime?
Well,
There's difference.
there's
Taste.
difference. If like taste, let's say that if you like some perky, like not triangular, but
No, I just mean in size. Like, what do you mean by penny and dime?
Are they the exact same size?
the penny.
Is smaller
No, the dime.
is the smallest one physically as a coin.
Yeah.
Right. I understand
Yeah.
that, but that's what I meant. Like you're saying that the first comes the dime, then the penny.
Of course.
Right,
Right. But
Okay.
yeah, in terms of size, yeah.
Then it's nickel.
Right.
Right.
Then it's
Then it's
quarter.
nickel, then it's quarter.
Then it's 50-cent coin.
then it's 50-cent.
No, then it's dollar coin.
dollar coin.
Then it's 50-cent coin.
and then
50-cent coin is actually the biggest.
Well,
Isn't JFK on it?
I don't know, but it's probably best to just get a little piggy bank and collect a whole lot of those coins.
You never know. Coin collecting. There's a
People get money off that.
coin collecting is a big thing.
Are we still talking about titties or?
I mean, yeah, we could.
yeah,
I'm
we can still talk about-
I'm
Well,
still
what do you-
agreeing.
I
Yeah.
was just
Yeah.
confused. You said RFK does that?
I said JFK is on the 50-cent coin, my guy. Not that RFK does that, but shout out to RFK.
Respect. I didn't know he was on that.
Yeah, shout out to him.
Major respects. So triangular type of titties. Like
You'd probably say that vaccines cause like huge areolas or some shit.
would I know that if vaccines were prone to do that? I wouldn't. I wouldn't happen to know if there could be a rare mutation that would make the areola
Right.
bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where do you put RFK on like a
On
tier
a tier
list?
list, a B tier.
Like I said, B tier. That's pretty high, dog.
Yeah.
What about you, Abe?
What the fuck is the tier about? I don't understand.
Just overall, what do you think of the person?
Like how? Like is he fun at parties? You mean? Like what the fuck you mean?
Just his ideology, pretty much.
is
like,
he financially responsible? What the fuck
he
are we
stands
talking
for?
about?
What he stands for? His ideology. What
Oh,
he
that
wants.
shit's like a fucking C.
That's a C tier.
Yeah,
I thought you would have put him lower.
C.
I respect that.
No, I'm considering D as well. Don't think. I'm not gonna put it at a F.
You don't think he's a guy that be on some like what people say he's like some conspiracy theorist.
Yeah, but then who would be in the A tier? I mean, come on.
I mean, if I'm ape, I'm thinking
In terms of likability.
in terms of people that are alive right now and I would say maybe Sam Harris.
Oh, I thought you were talking about politicians.
Not specifically, just people.
Oh, just people.
Yeah, and their views on things. Just what do you think overall of them? Like,
You're like an intellectual tier list?
I mean,
do
I
female,
guess
Best ideas tier list?
best ideas tier list maybe. That would be a better
Okay.
way to put it.
I assume we're talking about like ideas and sort of like
But that's the thing though. That would be harder because
we're not talking about like fucking engineering ideas. We're
No,
talking
no,
about
no,
just ideas in the general sense that
we talking about like things they agree on
yeah.
and like what's kind of their view on things.
I mean, Sam Harris would be very high.
That's why I put him.
I would just dismiss a lot of the political rhetoric that he's engaged in, but
I mean, yeah, he hasn't. The most recent shit where people have been like not agreeing with him was where the whole government shit, where he's allowing more government control if the disease is extremely dangerous. And I don't know. I don't think that's where he lost a lot of people, I think.
I just don't see his approach to talking about people like Trump as being very
he has like this what is your thoughts on Sam's takes on Trump, bro? Do you think he's what is the
I don't think they have much substance to them because he
what is the
talks-
syndrome called? Trump
what the Trump
deranged or some shit?
Yeah, but I'm not gonna just name call. I mean, that's fucking petty.
So, gentlemen, what's your take on geo-hybrid real estate?
Wait, hold up. Just before that, what's your take on Sam Harris's this motherfucker just said
Geo-hybrid real estate.
Right, so I'm gonna live in a fucking half tree, half house, like a fucking retard, and then
like earning,
yeah.
or like
I'm gonna wipe my ass with a leaf every morning.
What was the question I asked?
geo-hybrid real estate. It's like you earn virtual land in an actual location, in an actual piece of land, like geographically.
You
You
earn
mean
what?
someone that just owns land, Ron?
Yeah, like you earn. But
Why
like,
couldn't you just like preface it like that? Like, yo, what happened if you own land, bro?
Yeah, but you earn land.
You see how easy?
You mean like
virtually?
you what do you mean virtual?
Virtual? Oh God, what are you talking
virtual,
about? Now?
Like, what do you think about like buying into virtual land?
This man turned himself into Mark Zuckerberg.
Is he talking about Sims?
No. I'm talking about like you can actually.
Is this like a fucking Minecraft DLC or what the fuck are you?
This man just turned into Mark.
You
right
can
now.
literally, just by having a geomarked location. It's an application. I think it's Atlas Earth. It's a concept that
You know what Ron's
over
talking about?
time,
I can tell you what
you
he's talking about.
build actual money just by having virtual real estate.
It's
Let me
like
get
that.
the vape out, bro. I think I need.
It's like that shit. It's like that shit where like you could own a star and then they give you a certification of it.
some
Right.
aspect like
It's
that,
kinda
but you
this is
earn
what
money
Ron's talking
over
about.
time.
You don't really own the star. They just give you a certification and like
Okay, that sort of reminds me of non-fungible tokens.
type shit. Yeah, this is.
It's actually not
Yeah.
a non-fungible. You really do earn real currency
Yeah.
by having virtual real estate
Yeah.
over time. And the more that you have, the faster you get to build that real estate all over the world.
I think a good question is who would you smoke crack with? If you had to pick one person in the world you're gonna smoke crack with, who do you think would give you the best crack smoking experience?
Larry David.
Nice.
Nah, weak answer.
What do you mean?
I'm going with Rick James.
Right now, I'm at 50 cents.
But he's so much more experienced
That
than you
is
in smoking crack,
crazy.
though. I mean, do you really want to?
I
I feel like you guys would be mismatched on that one.
I'll go with Dave Chappelle.
This motherfucker picked
I'll
Dave.
smoke
Dave
crack with Dave Chappelle.
I will smoke crack with Dave Chappelle.
I mean, at least you got someone that's funny.
Yeah, but I would have to be. By the time I smoke crack with Larry David, he's
Motherfucker
probably
would be
gonna
tripping
dead.
and this motherfucker's
man.
making you laugh and shit.
That's the best way to go.
You know who'd be interesting as fuck on crack?
Who?
Fucking
Sam
Jordan
Harris?
Peterson.
Or
would
Jordan
definitely-
Peterson?
He would definitely be interesting. I'm just like, you don't understand, bro. You don't understand. Like, the dude would lose his shit.
Oh
bro.
my god, you think Larry David, alive at 107, would still smoke crack if he still, like, has a dying death wish?
Absolutely.
Who wouldn't? That's actually a good question, Will. Would you guys do like crazy ass drugs if you're old as shit?
I mean, you're saying on the deathbed. It's like if someone's about to die and
For sure.
and they
Shoot
fear
me up.
No, I'm doing every single drug.
But if you fear death,
I'm dying rolling.
if you fear death, do you really want to take a drug that's gonna make you nervous as fuck?
No, it's not gonna make you nervous, dude.
Crack?
If you do every drug in the book, you're gonna be fucking out of it.
You're gonna be rolling for days.
But why? Why would you
Or you gotta be
add
rolling
shit
for
that
your
makes
death.
you feel worse?
How do you know it would make you feel worse?
It's fucking crack. Have you seen a crackhead?
First of all, Abe, let's be real honest. A lot of people have done these drugs, and the first time they do it, let's say you just do it one time, and a lot of people have said it feels amazing.
It does.
So how would you feel like shit?
It does, but because it's a stimulant, and if you're already nervous as fuck about the fact that you're about to die,
You're adding.
I mean, people love coffee.
You're adding that the whole shit about you being nervous. Why do you have to be nervous though?
Because stimulants do that.
No, but I'm saying, why are you inherently nervous though? Just because you're dying? Maybe you're just accepted.
Oh well, if you're perfectly fine, there'd be no problem.
But then you'll do it.
Well, then why not? I mean, if it's going to be a kick-ass experience, I mean, but
What drug would you do?
But I don't think I would do crack if I was on my deathbed.
I mean, that was an extreme you just said. But like, what drug would you do?
Shroom.
No.
Being on a deathbed, you kind of like shrooms. Shrooms.
You would probably wanna, cause dude, smoking weed in the deathbed, that would be horrible.
That'd be you'd be throwing up your lung at that.
That would be horrible.
Let's be real. You would smoke weed on your deathbed.
You think you're like, fuck it, that guy. One more time for the good people.
Bro,
out there.
you would take a hit and you would probably still live till like 128.
This dude would die wearing a fucking gas mask. All right.
Guys, I think it's my time.
He actually reached to the point where he could revert de-aging process and be
Right,
100.
I become Benjamin Button, and is that his name?
Benjamin Button.
Right?
Sure.
The dude that ages
He
backwards?
ages backwards,
Okay,
right.
I thought I was wrong.
How old did he die again, Benjamin Button?
At the end of the movie, does he go back in his mom's pussy? Or
That's what I wanted to know,
I've
dude.
never,
That's actually really
I'm
funny.
asking because I've never seen the movie.
Me either.
Did he just finds
I
her?
just know that that's an actual syndrome.
He
right?
goes in her grave and just fucking digs.
No, it's
in
not an
that
actual
shit.
syndrome, but it's an
And
actual
No,
movie.
there
wild.
there are actual people that look younger as they age.
That's
And
cap. I don't believe in that.
Bro, what? For
Look younger as they age?
yeah,
That's
bro.
actually-
There's
I don't know
been
what you
That's
mean, bro.
impossible.
bro. There's been people.
You're spitting misinformation on
Is
this
this some
podcast.
law of attraction shit, Ron? Is that
For
what you're
real.
doing
Do you
right
gotta
now?
manifest
like-
to be younger?
Bro, people do like Botox all the time. Like, come on, guys.
Yeah, but that's cosmetically though.
That's yeah, but look what hot
You
cosmetics.
said aging though.
No, wait a second. Botox doesn't make you, it makes you look like a reptile, not younger.
or like a fucking heinous alligator with reptile skin. I
Yeah.
could get
Why
like
don't
I
you
don't
get a
know.
BBL, Abe?
Who says I haven't?
Oh, sorry, brother.
Fuck is wrong with you, bro?
Sorry for even
All that money wasted, bro. No recognition, no fucking.
No, nothing.
Fuck you, bro.
Jesus.
You might as well make an OnlyFans.
Fucking asshole, bro.
Remember
I
when?
did it for me.
Right.
Remember when?
Right.
Remember when OF used to stand for Odd Future? Now it stands for OnlyFans.
The odd future.
This man just hit us with a Twitter tweet.
We are having an odd future. I mean,
Yeah, for sure.
you guys smoke a lot. You know, it's
You're fucking hitting a vape this whole time, motherfucker. I don't want to hear shit.
I put this shit away for like half an hour.
I literally just smoked one blunt. That's it. And I've been potting this whole time.
I don't know what the fuck that has to do with the vape.
That you smoked more than me. That's what I'm pretty much saying.
There's no. This is vapor, not smoke. If I was smoking cigarettes, you'd have.
Well, you still inhaled more than me. Let's say
Listen,
that.
let's not. We sound like petty housewives. Come on.
feel good? Then that's
Do you feel great?
Not necessarily, frankly. I mean,
Listen to me, Ronnie boy.
Until you do.
If you had two choices,
I'm pretty sure it's gonna feel good.
what'd you say about me?
you have come into my house and you have stolen my favorite cup. Now you must make the choice. Either you will fuck my Siberian Husky, or my Siberian Husky fucks you. One way or another, somebody is getting fucked, and it's not me.
Or, how about I give you my bear claw instead?
The bear claw.
The bear claw.
The bear
Is this
claw.
where you insert enormous claw up anus?
No, inside urethra, my friend.
This is good.
Very much, yes.
Urethra.
It stings so much. It removes all the gunk out of the urethra cavities.
Yeah, what do you do about like antibiotic resistant syphilis? I mean, that seems like a problem.
I mean, I don't think the thing exists, but
I'm
sure.
not saying that I have it or anything, but like,
You ever had any TikToks?
listen, sometimes sometimes you get a dick doc.
You guys heard about United States possibly banning TikTok?
We're talking about the game Dig Dug.
I was gonna say that, you know, you get
Dig Dug is litty.
Put some TikToks up the
Listen,
penis hole.
I got a big cock, went to the dick doc, and then I had to, post it on TikTok. You know, you gotta do things. You gotta be smooth around it.
Finagle around it.
I've never decided. I decided never
Ever.
to get circumcised. Let me tell you why. All right.
Same here.
That shit gay.
If she's not all right with the foreskin, she's not all right with what's under it.
That's.
Damn, I thought you were gonna rhyme it. You should have rhymed it.
She doesn't fucking deserve it.
She's ROD with smegma.
If you can't handle the skin,
You can't handle it.
him.
I was gonna say something else. If you can't handle the foreskin, I'm gonna show
You
you.
can't-
I'm
yeah.
gonna show you more skin. I don't know what the fuck to say.
The fuck does that?
I don't know though. What are some other accents that are funny?
If you can't take the
If you can't take the foreskin, you must pay my mortgage.
you can't handle.
I really can't. I really can't.
What are
think
you
of-
doing to these poor bitches?
I can't think of anything, dog. What are some other like base accents, bro?
No. But if you just make sure you wash under the foreskin, gentlemen. No, the smegma game is weak. And
Listen, bro, smegma is
it's
can't
an
lick-
acquired taste for some female.
Lick the dirt off my cock, then she don't deserve the guap. All right, I'll tell you that much.
Damn,
Nah,
pretty
we
much,
talking,
Johnny.
buddy.
That's how it goes.
Yeah.
You guys know how to talk like people from UK?
Oh, that accent?
That shit's pretty hard.
I really.
Oh, foreskin, I believe, looks elegant on a gentleman,
Ooh,
such as myself. Now, the thing is, it does add pleasure, I believe. So there's something that's missing. If
it has
I
a
were-
lot of
If I were
taste.
to remove it, it adds so much to my personality, really. If you, I give it a cup of tea as I pour some sizzling hot tea in the skin beneath the foreskin, and just allow her to zip it out slowly
and
slowly.
then later.
Excuse me, sir. I was saying something
Well, but wait.
quite important.
How about if she then later proceeds to pour honey, hot, burning honey, inside your urethra?
That's a bit too near the ball sack for my taste, I'm afraid.
It reaches the ball sack
Cheers, mate.
quite warmly.
Cheers, mate.
Fucking
That's all I got.
You saying cheers or jizz, mate?
Cheers, mate. Cheers. Don't
Cheers.
disrespect. I can't even do a UK accent.
Jistacular. Indeed.
It's marvelous.
so I'm fucking this chick from Kenya with one tit, right?
What are some other accents, bro?
Next thing you know,
This nigga's trying to do Italian, bro.
next thing you know, fucking blah.
Blah.
You know what I mean? Cause she was pregnant, you know what I'm saying? And next thing you know, she was she had a little bit of milk coming out of that fucking one tit that she has, so I fucking nutted on where the other tit used to be. It kind of looked like she had two of them at the time, it's sort of. Okay.
All right, guys. You heard it here best.
It's been an honor,
We'll
gentlemen.
be back with you guys next week. Peace.
Peace.
Look at the light.